What's up, black and white sports fans? John Matrix here, and I am back with another video for you guys. In today's episode of Black and White Sports, we have to talk about Antonio Brown. And my counterpart on Black and White Sports, Rhodes Rants, he already gave you his take on Antonio Brown. Apparently, he is not getting suspended as he should be. And Rhodes, he gave his opinion, and he said, well, maybe John Matrix will give his own opinion, so I'm here to do that right now. First things first, Antonio Brown, just in case you guys don't know, he actually called his general manager a racist name. And his general manager is white, Antonio Brown is black. And he called him a racist name. And apparently Antonio Brown was going to be suspended. And there was talk about the Oakland Raiders actually voiding Antonio Brown's $30 million guaranteed contract. And he would have been out on the street. But now, Antonio Brown, he made an apology. We don't know if it's sincere or not. And it doesn't even matter if it is sincere or not. Antonio Brown called his general manager, his boss, a racist name. Now, if the shoe was flipped around, let's say Antonio Brown was a white guy, his general manager was black, and if he called his general manager the N-word, do you think Antonio Brown would still be on the Oakland Raiders roster right now? Do you think that Antonio Brown would be suspended right now? He absolutely would be suspended, and he would not get that $30 million guaranteed. No way in the world that's going to happen. I think Roger Goodell would step in and say he's got to go. But apparently now the rules don't apply to Antonio Brown. The man is more trouble than what he is worth. He caused so much trouble in Pittsburgh. And wide receivers, they're not a highly valued position anyway. They don't make much of a difference when it comes to wins and losses. I mean, he's an all-pro receiver. He also had Ben Roethlisberger as his quarterback, a future Hall of Famer, and he didn't even make the playoffs. Think of that. Antonio Brown really doesn't have value whatsoever. He's not worth the trouble at all. If I'm the Oakland Raiders, Antonio Brown, he is off the roster. Maybe they can't suspend him for the whole season. I don't know how that really works, but they can cut him. NFL contracts, they're not guaranteed. Let him go. Cut your losses. Antonio Brown is a diva, and I get it. The diva wide receiver. That's perfectly okay, being a diva wide receiver. But you can't be a troublemaker. And a lot of people actually thought that T.O. was a big-time troublemaker. He destroyed locker rooms. I just think Antonio Brown just said, hold my beer, because this guy has done something worse than T.O. has ever done, if you ask me. T.O., did he wreck locker rooms? Yeah, he did. But I don't even think T.O. even did something like this. Antonio Brown, he needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to be out of the NFL for at least one season. This is just unacceptable behavior. Going at your boss like that. There's no place for that in the NFL whatsoever. And Shannon Sharpe said something on Undisputed this morning, and I completely agree with him about this. This is the main reason why the owners will say, this is why we don't want to give guaranteed contracts, because of behavior like this. You know, MLB, NBA, they have guaranteed contracts. They just have to deal with it. But in the NFL, the owners are much more powerful than the players. So the owners are definitely thinking, yeah, this is why we don't want to give out guaranteed contracts, because of Antonio Brown. Guys like this. This is ridiculous. But that's just my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this? Antonio Brown, he's playing on Monday night. I wouldn't have him anywhere near the field. He should be gone. But that's just my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.